I was travelling recently on the upper deck of a 73 bus when I noticed sitting on the seat beside me a copy of Time magazine, and having nothing better to do, I was flipping through its pages when I came across this rather extraordinary news item. I think the clearest way of describing what I saw in relationship to this picture which you see is to read it. Last week, 40 miles south of London, just before a busy Friday lunchtime, a Ford Cortina containing 280 pounds of gelignite exploded beside an unguarded building only 3 weeks away from completion. Initially, the Marxist official wing of the Irish Republican Army took credit for the blast. Further investigation revealed, however, that this claim was unfounded, and in fact the unofficial wing of the Hardware Moratorium Committee, the Anti-Building Front, was responsible. This brings the total number of attacks on buildings under construction to 47 in the past 7 months, and although the ABF leaders have admitted that any casualties would be regretted, we only wish to bring to the attention of the public at large the irrelevance of new buildings to the real problems facing society. It cannot be long before a fatality occurs. Public opinion appears to be divided about these events. MP Charles Wartfield angrily stated in the House yesterday that he would not shed a single tear for any building prevented from being completed by any means. However, the President of the Royal Institute unreservedly condemned these cowardly and senseless acts. There are undoubtedly questions to be asked about the enormous volume of new buildings being erected, an activity that seems only to benefit the bank balances of builders, speculators, owners, etc., and does not begin to face the fundamental questions that challenge society as we move into a new energy equation and the emergence of power to the people as a technology. Whether the Hardware Moratorium Committee and its terrorist wing, the ABF, have the answer is open to debate, but this latest attack does indicate that the cycle of violence against building projects is speeding up again. Next slide.
A group of architects have written to the Prime Minister urging him to scrap the tax on refurbishment work as a way of helping the UK's recovery from the pandemic. They also say the government should promote refurbishment over new building work because it's generally better for tackling climate change. Here's our environment analyst, Roger Harrabin.
It's traditionally been thought good for the climate to demolish poorly insulated buildings and build new, with modern techniques using less energy and producing fewer emissions. That notion is changing. Experts say it's not just the annual energy use of a building that counts, but all the energy that went into making that building's bricks and mortar in the first place, and all the energy that will go into creating materials for the replacement building. Thousands of architects worldwide have now signed declarations pleading for the creative reuse of existing buildings. In the UK, they point out that whilst most new buildings effectively pay no VAT, many refurbishments pay up to 20%.